Duck eggs have long been popular in Asian and Latin American cuisine, but for Americans, duck eggs have been a novelty for decades. However, in recent years, duck eggs have become increasingly popular in American cuisine. This has also promoted the duck farming industry in the US, and these farms mainly raise ducks for eggs. Let's explore how duck egg farms in the US operate. For many Americans, chicken eggs have long been a breakfast staple. However, duck eggs are making waves in the culinary world, with many discovering their rich flavor, higher nutritional value, and versatility. In recent years, duck egg farms have sprung up in states like California, New York, and Tennessee. Netzer Farms in California is one of the largest duck breeders in the United States, supplying ducklings and eggs to commercial and smallholder farmers. The farm specializes in duck breeds such as the Khaki Campbell, known for its high egg production, which can lay up to 300 eggs per year. To raise ducks most productively, farm owners practice many different forms of farming and scales to maximize productivity. Unlike chicken farms, duck farms require different conditions to keep their ducks productive. Many farms practice free-range duck farming, allowing them to forage for insects and grains. Free-range ducks are more adaptable to their surroundings and produce better quality meat and eggs. Ducks love water, and many farms provide small ponds or pools for ducks to drink and bathe in, allowing them to live naturally. Clean water is important to keep ducks healthy and to prevent disease. Ducks are very hardy birds, so they require very little care and do not require as many complicated procedures as raising chickens. They can adapt to almost any environmental conditions. Compared with other poultry, raising ducks is less expensive and the design of the house is simpler. The duck house is not much different from the ordinary chicken house. It complies with standard requirements. The place must be dry, clean, bright, with electric lights and good ventilation. Feeding ducks is also very simple. Normally, ducks will eat almost any food they find edible. Ducks can be fed commercial chicken feed, but some additives must be added to their feed to ensure growth. Since some duck breeds lay more eggs than chickens, great care must be taken in feeding ducks. In addition to free-range farming, some farms also raise ducks in closed farms similar to raising chickens, in order to save on care costs and minimize risks when diseases occur. However, during the raising process, ducks do not need regular health care, but many large farms still practice animal welfare by releasing ducks into the wild. This is done once a day at fixed times so that the ducks can move, swim, and relax. This form of farming not only helps increase egg production but also makes duck meat more delicious. Ducks typically begin laying eggs at around 5 to 6 months of age, and are most productive during their first season. During the egg-laying period, American farmers harvest duck eggs daily, mostly by hand. They pick each egg and place it in a basket to prevent breakage, then clean and package it. After packaging, duck eggs will be transported to supermarkets or food stores for consumption. Duck eggs are still considered a niche market. They are becoming more popular in the market because consumers are increasingly health conscious and duck eggs are considered a nutritious food source. According to research, duck eggs are higher in protein than chicken eggs. They also contain more healthy fats with high levels of omega-3 fatty acids, which are good for brain and heart health. Duck eggs are about 30 to 50% larger than chicken eggs, and their yolks are said to be richer and more flavorful, making them ideal for making custard and custard tarts. Many consumers prefer duck eggs over chicken eggs because they have a longer shelf life due to their thicker shells. Surprisingly, some people who are allergic to chicken eggs can eat duck eggs without any problems. Thanks to its optimal uses, duck eggs are increasingly popular with American consumers.
We are all familiar with the egg-laying chicken model, but you may not know that small quail can also be providing millions of eggs every day. These mini eggs not only bring high economic value, but are also associated with a unique culture in Japan. Let's explore with me the quail farm in Toyohashi City, Aichi Prefecture, which produces high-quality quail eggs and has become a symbol of Japan's agricultural development. Quails are small birds, only 15 to 20 centimeters long and weighing 100 to 200 grams. In many countries, such as France, quail meat is preferred. However, in Japan, quails are mainly raised for eggs and meat. Despite their small size, they have great economic value thanks to the high quality of quail eggs and delicious meat. In Japanese cuisine, quail eggs appear in many dishes such as hapona, katayaki soba-an, kushikatsu, or bento side dishes. Although its presence may be very small, quail eggs play an important role in culinary culture and consumer markets. Toyohashi City, Aichi Prefecture, is one of the areas with a warm climate favorable for poultry farming. Thanks to its special geographical location, located between two major markets, Tokyo and Osaka, the quail farming industry has flourished here since 1921. Today, Toyohashi is not only the center of quail egg production in Japan, but also contributes more than 60% of the country's quail egg production, becoming a symbol of local agriculture. In Toyohashi, there are more than 2.68 million quails raised on 13 farms, producing more than 2.2 million eggs per day. A typical example is the Hatano farm, which raises 280,000 quails and harvests up to 230,000 eggs per day. This is an impressive output, contributing significantly to the domestic quail egg supply and exports abroad. The quail egg industry in Japan does not stop at providing products. Farmers here also share quail farming techniques with students around the world. It can be seen that Japanese quail has become a famous brand, representing Japanese cuisine and agriculture. Quails have some great advantages over other poultry. They do not require too much space and can be raised in large numbers in a small space. In addition, quails consume little feed, helping to save on feed costs. This helps farms maintain high profits. However, they are quite sensitive to stress, so it is important to choose a quiet place and provide suitable space. The environment for raising quails also requires a stable environment with stable temperature and humidity. Basically, they like warm places, so proper insulation measures are needed in the raised space. They also have a fast maturity time. After only about 2 to 3 months, quails have started to lay eggs. Each bird can lay up to 240 eggs per year, with the weight of the eggs being about 8% of the bird's body weight. Quail farms in Japan often use closed and multi-level cage systems, which helps optimize space. Specially designed egg collection troughs help the eggs roll down automatically and move through a conveyor system to the collection area. This helps increase productivity and reduce labor. Quail eggs are harvested once or twice a day, then sorted according to their intended use, such as raw eggs, processed eggs, or boiled eggs. About 40% of the eggs will be boiled into processed foods, peeled and packaged. The remaining 60% will be washed, packaged, and shipped as hygienic raw eggs. Raw quail eggs can be used in traditional Japanese dishes, such as raw eggs served with sushi or other dishes. Japanese quail eggs are now everywhere, from supermarkets to convenience stores. You can easily find boiled quail eggs, vacuum-packed smoked quail eggs, served as a snack with alcohol. This is a very popular product and is increasingly expanding to the international market. Have you ever wondered why quail eggs have brown spots on the shell, completely different from chicken or duck eggs? An interesting fact is that these eggs are still smooth 1 to 2 hours before laying. Then they are printed with porphyrin pigment. Quail eggs laid by the same bird will have identical patterns, like each person's fingerprint. The quail egg industry in Japan is now worth more than $3 million and continues to grow strongly. Although, there have been times when quail farmers have had difficulties due to quail egg choking accidents at school. However, the role of quail eggs in Japanese culture will be difficult to change, so the future of this industry is still wide open. So, we have discovered the uniqueness of the quail farming industry in Japan, an agricultural industry with great potential and bringing a lot of economic value to the country. How do you feel about this? Don't forget to leave a comment to let us know. Agriculture has been associated with the development of human history for thousands of years. And to this day, this industry still plays the most important role in feeding more than 7 billion people on Earth. Any farmer wants to increase productivity and increase income from the farming industry. Many people have applied the combined farming model of garden, pond, barn, and created great profits. So, how does this combined model work? Let's explore it with us now. Simply put, the garden pond barn model is a combination of growing fruit trees or crops in the garden, raising fish and aquatic products in ponds and lakes, and raising livestock, poultry, or other animals. Combining 3 forms of agriculture in one model will make the most of available resources, create links between livestock activities, help save costs, and increase economic efficiency. This model can be applied everywhere in the world, but is most popular today in China, India, and Southeast Asia. However, not all crops or livestock are effective, because it depends on natural conditions and the market in the area. So, to increase profits from the garden, pond, and barn model, what should farmers do? First, it is necessary to select crops, livestock, and aquatic products suitable for climate, soil, and water conditions. Moreover, farmers also need to research the market to decide which products are easy to consume and have high economic value. Crops can be short-term or long-term crops grown in gardens next to ponds and barns. Farmers can also grow vegetables in combination with shrimp farming and pig or cow farming depending on the consumption demand in the area. With the combination of livestock and crop farming, it helps save labor costs and also ensures that all resources are used reasonably. In the garden, pond, and barn model, farmers make the most of resources from manure to waste products. Water from fish ponds can be used to irrigate gardens or clean barns. Waste products from fish gardens such as grass, leaves, or leftover food are recycled as food for livestock or fish. Manure from livestock and poultry is used as fertilizer for plants and fish food. This is a circular form that can utilize all resources on the farm without wasting any element, including animal waste. Therefore, farmers can save on feed costs, labor costs, and fertilizer costs for crops. To increase efficiency in the garden, pond, and barn model, many farms have used biotechnology to treat manure, creating organic fertilizer or biogas. Building biogas systems helps create natural gas or fuel for generators, thereby saving electricity and industrial gas costs. When the biogas production model is expanded, a new model is born with a higher form: garden, pond, barn, biogas. This form of livestock farming is expanded to large-scale farms with commercial forms, bringing higher economic benefits to farmers, typically livestock farmers. The model of combining gardens, ponds, and barns is not only limited to livestock farming activities, but has also been developed into experiential tourism areas. Here, tourists can visit, learn practically, and apply agricultural models on their own farms. It also provides visitors with direct experiences of planting and harvesting, as well as livestock, poultry, or seafood farming activities. Farmers can earn thousands of dollars in additional income from this farm tourism venture. The garden, pond, and barn model not only helps farmers develop economically, but this circulatory system also helps reduce waste released into the soil, water, and air, helping to protect the surrounding environment, thereby creating a clean environment. It is considered a sustainable livestock system and can develop strongly in the future. Over the past 2 decades, concerns about the impact of modern agriculture on land, water, and resources have caused many environmental challenges. So people are now moving towards sustainable farming practices. In particular, the aquaponics model is considered a highly efficient farming solution, solving many challenges. By using less water than conventional farming, reducing the need for synthetic fertilizers, and minimizing waste, aquaponics promises to produce food without harming our environment. So, what is aquaponics and how does it work? Let's explore it with us now. Aquaponics is a unique farming method that combines aquaculture, the method of raising fish, with hydroponics and growing plants in a soil-free environment. In an aquaponics system, fish and plants are raised together in a symbiotic environment, and they benefit from this combined model. The fish produce waste, which is converted into nutrients that the plants can absorb. In return, the plants filter and clean the water, creating a healthy environment for the fish. This closed-loop system is highly efficient, uses significantly less water than other farming methods, and virtually eliminates the need for chemical fertilizers. Today, aquaponics is practiced all over the world, from small-scale home gardens to large commercial farms. At first glance, aquaponics farms may seem like a complex system, but in reality, the way they work is very simple. They integrate many different components and biological processes to create a sustainable ecosystem. You can see that fish are growing very well in tanks. Their waste is mainly in the form of ammonia. In an aquaponics system, this waste is the starting point of a nutrient cycle that is beneficial to the plants. Beneficial bacteria convert toxic ammonia waste into less toxic nitrates, a process called nitrification. The plants are mainly green vegetables that have a relatively short growing period. Plants absorb nitrates and other nutrients from the water through their roots. As the plants absorb these nutrients, they clean and filter the water, which is then recirculated back into the fish tank. This nutrient uptake supports plant growth and productivity, allowing for a wide variety of crops to be grown. Many aquaponics farms grow a variety of fruits and vegetables, depending on the design of the system and the environmental conditions. Exploring the aquaponics model, you will see that the common components in this system are fish tanks, vegetable growing racks, and water circulation systems. There are also devices that control light, temperature, and humidity, creating a favorable environment for plants and fish to grow together. The aquaponics model has many advantages that make it an attractive choice for sustainable agriculture. These benefits include saving resources and increasing productivity, suitable for many different conditions and regions. It can also be applied from home garden models to commercial farms. One of the most important benefits of aquaponics is sustainability, especially in terms of water conservation and waste reduction. Traditional farming methods can be water-intensive, leading to waste. In contrast, aquaponics is designed to recycle water efficiently. Many commercial farms have revealed that aquaponics systems can produce higher yields than traditional farming methods. By raising fish and growing plants at the same time, the system offers a dual yield. It allows for the production of fresh vegetables and protein-rich fish from the same system, maximizing output from a given space. Plants grown in an aquaponic system typically grow faster and more vigorously due to the constant supply of nutrients from fish waste. This results in higher crop yields and shorter growth cycles, allowing for more productive harvests. Furthermore, the closed environment of an aquaponic system also allows for easy pest control without the need for chemical pesticides. Beneficial insects or manual methods can be used to remove pests. In addition to the benefits, designing an aquaponics model also brings challenges to farmers with limited financial resources. Because the cost of investment in equipment and materials is not small, it is difficult for farmers with limited finances to invest. Moreover, to operate the aquaponics model effectively, farmers need to understand the balance of fish, bacteria, and plants, because this system operates according to biological balance and bacterial activity. If they have knowledge, farmers will know how to choose the right type of plants and fish for the environment in the aquaponics system. To keep the system running efficiently and sustainably, farmers also regularly maintain it to avoid equipment breakdowns and extend its lifespan. The maintenance process also helps reduce equipment replacement costs, benefiting farmers. Have you ever heard of an Asian Arowana fish being auctioned for up to $300,000? Yes, this price is even higher than a Lamborghini, although it is an aquarium fish. It seems that raising aquarium fish is a hobby of humans, but surprisingly, it has become a big industry in recent years. There are even farms that only raise rare fish species for the rich. So, today, let's explore the most expensive fish farms in the world. Currently, the global ornamental fish market is valued at $8 billion, and it is expected to increase sharply in the next few years. Ornamental fish farms are built all over the world, but the leading ornamental fish export industry is Indonesia, China, and Japan. Here, there are many farms raising famous and expensive ornamental fish such as Arowana, koi fish. Japan is the most famous country for its colorful koi fish, which are often raised for the purpose of beautifying and decorating the house. We often see colorful fish tanks in houses, cafes, and restaurants to create a beautiful space. The more unique the color of the fish, the higher the price. This fish is often sold for $10,000 to $50,000 depending on the species. Koi farms are mainly located in Fukushima Prefecture with a scale of up to thousands of fish. The farm also trains koi fish for breeding not only to serve the consumption needs in Japan, but also have export value. Japanese koi fish are exported to China and Southeast Asia. There are about 100 different varieties of koi fish today, but the most expensive and sought after are the kohaku, sankei, shawa, and other rare varieties. The most valuable koi fish can be sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars, especially high-quality koi fish that have won competitions, exhibitions, or auctions. Although koi fish farms can produce thousands of ornamental fish each year, it is still not enough to meet the increasing consumption demand, especially in modern times when the demand for beauty or decoration increasingly developed mind. So, what is the meaning of koi fish that makes so many people like to raise them? For the Japanese, koi fish are not only ornamental fish, they are also symbols of luck and perseverance. Especially in Chinese culture, koi fish also symbolize success and constant effort. Also, due to tradition, the demand for quality koi fish is very large, especially among wealthy collectors, thereby contributing to the reputation and high price of this fish. In addition to koi fish, another fish species that is only for the rich is Arowana fish. This is one of the ornamental fish species that is strongly sought after all over the world. The largest Arowana fish farms today are built in Indonesia and Singapore due to the favorable climate and environment, partly because this fish species originated in Southeast Asia. Arowana farms often use advanced breeding technologies to optimize their farming. They can be raised in large outdoor ponds that simulate the natural environment for the arowana to thrive. Farmers also raise arowanas to breed in the wild. However, after the eggs are incubated and hatched into fry, the fry need to be raised in an aquarium environment to increase their survival rates. During this period, many people mistakenly believe that arowanas reproduce by mouth, but in fact, they only incubate the eggs in their mouths, and the incubation stage is performed by the male arowana. Today, the arowana has become part of the Asian luxury goods market, contributing to the economies of many countries. Wealthy collectors are willing to pay large sums for rare and unique arowana individuals, making the trade extremely profitable. Especially in the Chinese market, most wealthy families keep a few arowanas in their homes, believing that they bring good luck and prosperity. The arowana industry has created jobs and economic stability for hundreds of thousands of people in Asia. In addition, related industries such as aquarium production and fish food production have also benefited from the popularity of arowanas. In recent years, ornamental fish farms have been expanding in many areas of the world. With its increasing value, it can become a strong export industry for many countries in the world, Asia in developing efficient livestock systems. Hello, all David Farm viewers! Have you ever eaten a banana with the peel on? The peel of a normal banana is astringent and slightly bitter, so most of us eat bananas without the peel. However, strangely, in Japan, people can eat the whole banana, including the peel, just like they eat apples or peaches. Could it be that the Japanese like the taste of the banana peel? So today, let's explore with us the reason why the Japanese can eat bananas with the peel on. The banana that the Japanese eat with the peel is not the usual banana that we eat, but a special banana produced by the Japanese themselves. This unique banana variety is called mangi banana, and the peel can be eaten. These bananas are rare, produced in small quantities, and are considered a luxury fruit in Japan. They sell for a very high price, around 650 to 1,000 yen, about $5 to $7 per banana, which is the price you would pay for 20 regular bananas in a supermarket in the US. So, how do the Japanese breed these bananas to make them so expensive? Mangi bananas are grown in controlled environments, often in greenhouse systems that can easily be cooled to minus 60 degrees Celsius and then suddenly raised to 26 degrees Celsius. This temperature change results in a softer, thinner skin due to the slower growth of the skin. This mimics the evolutionary conditions of prehistoric bananas, making them hardier and sweeter. This particular banana variety is grown in nutrient-rich soils without chemical fertilizers, ensuring the production of organic quality bananas. Banana plants also require adequate watering with clean, unpolluted water. Furthermore, the controlled growing environment reduces exposure to pests and pathogens. Therefore, farmers do not need to use pesticides that are harmful to bananas. Each banana plant is carefully tended from planting to fruiting, and even the individual bananas are regularly observed to ensure quality. Although grown in greenhouses with controlled temperature and humidity, they still receive natural sunlight to grow better. While regular banana varieties take about 9 to 12 months to harvest, mangi bananas only take 4 months from planting to harvest. This helps to greatly shorten the time for farms to cultivate, and the high price makes mangi bananas increasingly become a high-value commodity. Mangi bananas are harvested only by hand, with farmers using a sharp knife to cut each bunch of bananas while the bunch is still on the tree. After harvesting, Farmers continue to separate each banana's still green peels out of the banana bunch and wash away the dirt on the fruit. Next, each banana is dried with clean and soft towels. They are arranged evenly on each plastic tray and then placed in a closed room with a temperature of about 17 degrees Celsius and 77% humidity to create an environment to ripen bananas. After 14 days, each banana is evenly ripened with a beautiful bright yellow color. Due to ripening in low temperature conditions, mangi bananas have a longer shelf life than regular banana varieties. Each banana is wrapped in a separate bag and labeled with information about its origin and source. After that, mangi banana products will be transported to places of consumption. Mangi bananas are not yet mass-produced because of the high cost. To grow this type of banana, farmers must install greenhouse systems to regulate the temperature, which is the most important step. Also, because of the high cost of cultivation, the price of mangi bananas is 20 times higher than normal bananas. This type of banana is also only consumed in some areas because the yield is still low. Many people are curious about the taste of this unique banana and taste it to see if it is different from the usual banana varieties. The banana peel is usually soft and thin during the growing process due to special cultivation techniques and no chemical treatment. So, it has a slightly different texture and milder flavor than the fruit inside. Its flavor makes it easier for people to accept. Mangi bananas are much sweeter than regular varieties, with a sugar content of around 24.8 grams per 100 grams, compared to 18 to 20 grams in regular bananas. This makes them a good choice for those who enjoy sweeter fruit. Hello everyone! Today, we will explore together one of the secrets that helps Japanese people live long and healthy. Can you guess? It is green tea. But don't think that green tea is just something to drink to stay awake. It also brings many health benefits. So, why is Japanese green tea so famous? And what makes it the secret to a long and healthy life? Let's find out right away. If you think tea is just a regular drink, you are completely wrong with the Japanese. In Japan, tea is not just tea, it is art. That's right, the tea ceremony, or chado, is an important part of Japanese culture. And if you think that the tea ceremony is just for show, you are wrong. Tea ceremony is the way for Japanese people to keep their souls pure and their health forever. Not only that, green tea also has a superpower that you never knew. It not only helps Japanese people relax, but also brings spiritual benefits, thereby helping them maintain their health and longevity. If you think tea is just a regular drink, you are completely wrong with the Japanese. In Japan, tea is not just tea, it is art. That's right, the tea ceremony, or chado, is an important part of Japanese culture. And if you think that the tea ceremony is just for show, you are wrong. Tea ceremony is the way for Japanese people to keep their souls pure and their health forever. Not only that, green tea also has a superpower that you never knew. It not only helps Japanese people relax, but also brings spiritual benefits, thereby helping them maintain their health and longevity. First, you need to know that Japanese green tea has an extremely meticulous growing and processing process. Japanese green tea is produced in special lands such as Shizuoka, Uji, Kagoshima, and Fukuoka. These places have a temperate climate and fertile soil, which is ideal for growing tea. For example, Shizuoka, known as the tea capital of Japan, produces about 40% of the country's tea. Together with Uji in Kyoto, which has a history of tea cultivation of more than 1,200 years, these two regions are considered the cradle of tea cultivation in Japan. It is difficult to find a place in the world with such a long history of tea production and excellent tea quality. Tea cultivation in Japan has long been modernized and highly productive, with mechanization and the use of genetics earlier than in other producing countries. The main tea variety grown in Japan is Yabukita, a hybrid created by Hikosaburo Sugiyama. The requirements for growing tea are also very strict. The main tea growing areas are in the monsoon climate zone, with hot, humid summers and cold, dry winters. First, the tea plants need to be grown in light, well-drained soil. Tea gardens are often planted on sandy hillsides where the tea plants grow best. The tea plants can be protected from the weather, mainly frost and hail, by placing tarps and small fans over the plantations. This helps move air towards the tea plants on the ground to prevent cold air from accumulating and the plants from freezing, especially in the spring when the buds begin to open. This is one of the characteristic features of the tea landscape in Japan. Picking or harvesting is the most labor-intensive step in tea production. The timing of the harvest greatly determines the quality of the tea. The harvest season lasts from late April to October, with the first harvest, April to May, called Shincha, new tea, which is the most sought-after tea. It is also the most expensive harvest. This is followed by 3 more harvests in the summer and fall, from June to October, which are of lower quality and softer prices. Japan is the most technologically advanced tea-growing country, with 90% of the harvesting process mechanized. However, only the best quality teas are picked by hand. This process requires meticulousness and long-term experience of the farmer. Japanese green tea has many different types, from high-quality matcha used in tea ceremonies to popular teas such as sencha, gyokuro, bancha. Each type of tea has its own production process, from leaf picking, processing, to packaging. After the tea is harvested, the tea leaves are processed through many meticulous steps to preserve their color and nutrients. This process includes steaming the tea leaves to preserve their fresh flavor, then drying them to a certain moisture level. Teas such as sencha or gyokuro are dried and then graded according to quality. Sencha is the most popular tea, accounting for about 70% of Japan's tea production, and has a light and refreshing flavor. One of the teas that is also loved by many people is matcha. This tea is also processed in the same way as sencha or gyokuro. However, when the tea leaves are dried, they will be ground into a fine powder. This tea is highly valued and exported to many markets such as the US, China, Korea, etc. Japanese green tea has many different types, from high-quality matcha used in tea ceremonies to popular teas such as sencha, gyokuro, bancha. Each type of tea has its own production process, from leaf picking, processing, to packaging. After the tea is harvested, the tea leaves are processed through many meticulous steps to preserve their color and nutrients. This process includes steaming the tea leaves to preserve their fresh flavor, then drying them to a certain moisture level. Teas such as sencha or gyokuro are dried and then graded according to quality. Sencha is the most popular tea, accounting for about 70% of Japan's tea production, and has a light and refreshing flavor. One of the teas that is also loved by many people is matcha. This tea is also processed in the same way as sencha or gyokuro. However, when the tea leaves are dried, they will be ground into a fine powder. This tea is highly valued and exported to many markets such as the US, China, Korea, etc. To preserve the precious nutrients in tea, tea manufacturers in Japan pay great attention to temperature control during processing. Japanese people drink green tea every day, not only to relax, but also to protect their health. They believe that the antioxidants in tea can help prevent disease and prolong life. Research shows that catechins in green tea can reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease and strengthen the immune system. Japan is currently one of the largest tea-producing countries in the world, with an output of up to 80,000 tons of tea per year, of which most of the tea is consumed domestically. The rest will be exported abroad, mainly to the United States. However, according to reports, Japan still has to import a large amount of tea from neighboring countries such as China, Indonesia, and Vietnam. That shows that the potential of the tea growing industry in Japan is huge. To preserve the precious nutrients in tea, tea manufacturers in Japan pay great attention to temperature control during processing. Japanese people drink green tea every day, not only to relax, but also to protect their health. They believe that the antioxidants in tea can help prevent disease and prolong life. Research shows that catechins in green tea can reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease and strengthen the immune system. Japan is currently one of the largest tea-producing countries in the world, with an output of up to 80,000 tons of tea per year, of which most of the tea is consumed domestically. The rest will be exported abroad, mainly to the United States. However, according to reports, Japan still has to import a large amount of tea from neighboring countries such as China, Indonesia, and Vietnam. That shows that the potential of the tea growing industry in Japan is huge.